Yo.
Yeah, sorry.
Yo, this is Dexplicit. You're now locked into the Grime Show on YouTube. Hold tight, the man them.
Listen to the Grime Show, yeah? Big up Hamza and Dave.
Yes, what's going on? It's Dexplicit, DXP. Big up all the man them. Hold tight, the Grime Show, massive. I'm just here in the lab. They told me to talk about my kit, let you know what I'm using. This is the most important piece of the kit right here. FL Studio, big up all the Fruity Loopers. Yes, yes. It's 2013, so unless you've got a big, massive SSL disc, it's very unlikely you're actually mixing through the mixer. I'm not anyway. I'm using a digital mixer. I use programs like Steinberg Nuendo to mix things in. So this is kind of irrelevant, but yeah. Keyboard, any old keyboard. I don't really need to mess with the keyboard because I click everything in anyway. I normally just kind of work out a few patterns, melodies, whatever, blah blah blah. These Jennies, these are my babies. The twins and the sub. I make a lot of bass music, so I need to hear what the sub frequencies are doing downstairs. These are my reference speakers. These are closer to what people are actually listening to music on than these. These are more precise. These are less precise. But we don't listen to music through monitors, so we live in an age where people are making chart hits from their bedroom. So big studios have their uses, and if you really want to get into the quality of things, big studios can do a lot. You know what it is? If you can go and spend 100 grand and buy like a big SSL or Neve desk or something, then you're talking, innit? It's not necessary. I think it's more necessary to know what you're buying and know what it does. And whatever equipment you start off with, learn it inside out. Know the sound of it. Everything has a sound. Everything colors a sound. This mixer has its own sound. The programs, you can change your sound as a producer by just mixing your tune in a different program. You can build your tune in Fruity or Logic and then mix it in Pro Tools or mix it in Logic or mix it in Reason or mix it in anything, and that will change the sound of your sound anyway. So it's just knowing the sound and being able to distinguish between differences and build on it from there. I was just speaking recently, talking about how the scenes at the moment has an influx of label deals. Like the big artists who are getting charted and all that are from the grime scene and still shouting out grime, they're getting label deals. So their labels are being set up big time. So slyly we could be seeing the births of the beginnings of like our own UK Maybach musics and Cash Moneys, and do you know what I mean? Like I know Bizzle's got one, Wiley's got one. There's a few others. Dizzy's got one. Dizzy's one's completely independent, as from what I understand. And yeah, man, it's a great look, man. It's a start anyway, and hopefully that culture kind of continues to flourish, man.
Grime splitting a bit between a new wave and an old wave. What are your specific thoughts on the Midlands scene? Because that's where the new wave scene seems to be happening and coming from.
Oh, so when you say new wave, yeah?
Well, I meant new wave as in a whole, but we feel like personally the new wave scene is, you know, coming a lot from Birmingham essentially. But
No,
the
that's
whole
right.
Midlands
To be fair,
is
right now, Birmingham is the grime city right now. It is kind of doing its thing. Like, the funny thing is, I was shouting this from a long time ago.
right.
And only people that follow me on Twitter would know this, because that's where I was shouting it from.
Really?
But yeah, I could see that Birmingham was gonna kill it, man. Yeah, from early. I mean, C4, for instance, I did a tune of C4 boy, I don't remember what year it was, but it was his first tune with video and all that. Yeah, it's a great look, man. Yeah, hold tight to the Birmingham scene though, because them lot are killing it, and it's you know what it is, to be fair, bruv, it kind of breathes a new life into this thing, man. And I'm hearing Nottingham, you guys got something kicking up.
There's definitely a lot of talent out in Nottingham. Yeah, definitely a lot.
So yeah, man, as I said, basically, if the scene stayed in London as it was for year after year after year, it just grows the same name. It just gets a bit stale.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's a great look.
What we feel like is what's going on in Birmingham or Nottingham is what was going on in London maybe about 5 years ago. You know, just a DJ, 20 MCs, and just hype sets, full of energy, intense.
You know how much people in London miss that shit? People miss that, man. Yeah. So it's good. You know what it is? What you're describing to me is just a passion.
Exactly. And what we find, like, people like in Nottingham are hungry. They are hungry, and they are the amount of emails and everything we get, like, when can I get on your next set? When can I get on radio? When can I?
Do you know what it is? See grime in London, yeah? I tell you what, grime, say you go back 5 years or whatever, longer than that. You go back to 03 and them times, 02 even. Grime was like, you could say it was more of a grime scene than a grime genre. Now it's a genre, so to speak. Back then, there was no rich people. It was, everybody was hungry. Like going radio, clashing face to face.
Everyone had something to prove.
It was a scene. It was more of a culture than it is now, even you could say. But now, as a genre, it's stronger than ever. It's like it's a strong music genre now. It's accepted as a genre way outside of the UK. So yeah, it's great now. But it's great to see that there are places that have got that scene ethos still, like that hunger. That who my new wave are might be different from who your new wave are, but anyone that's new to you, embrace them. We've seen this happen before with old school garage, when they didn't want to embrace us lot as the new generation doing our thing. I mean, back then you could only produce music in big hench studios that were expensive to get into, so there was no kind of room for like 13-year-old and 15-year-old producers like myself to get involved with all that. So this whole Fruity Loops culture kind of put me on and put a lot of people on. And then a lot of the older guys didn't like it, that these guys were coming and burning down dances and busting up the scene and all this, you know what I mean? It's a bit political. So a lot of people, not everyone though, a lot of them embraced it, but a lot of them didn't. And the ones who didn't ruined their scene. It's just what it is, man. Remember the young lot, that's the future, innit? I think it's more like a change of mentality has to occur. When I say this, people need to embrace good music and stop caring about names. Do you know what I mean? Like, know what I mean? Like, me personally, for instance, a DJ, I'll listen to a DJ set. I don't give a shit what the DJ's name is. If they're playing good grime, I'm gonna lock in. Some people won't lock in just because the DJ don't have a big name. Same with music. Some DJs won't play music from people they haven't heard of before. This doesn't make sense to me. It's just I can't fathom it, because a banger's a banger. What are you doing? You playing dry rhythms just because these guys made it. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's more like a change of mentality has to occur. And when I say these things, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm saying some DJs. I mean, yeah. But yeah, that's what it is. Everyone just has to embrace the music and stop only embracing people who other people are embracing just because they're embracing them. Do you know what it is? This is the problem with grime. I'll tell you what the problem is. It's a very cliquey scene. So what it is, it might look like there's only 5 producers, for instance, doing their thing, but that's totally wrong. That figure doesn't exist. It's way more than that. It's just that everybody keeps gassing up the same 5. So it looks, if you're not immersed in the scene and you're just looking from outside, it looks like only him and him are working. But everyone's working. Like, it's what they do. If you're a grime producer, you make grime music. Yeah. So everyone's active, it's just some people, if you're looking from outside, basically, you just won't notice it because of who's being gassed up at the time. Do you know what? There's loads of advice, man. I'll be here all day. One thing off the top of my head, all I can tell you is what I used to do. When I first started, to try and learn how to produce, what I used to do is kind of build tunes that I like. So I'd build like a Timberland tune or whatever to kind of work out how they did it. You know what I mean? It was like, I wouldn't use the tune for anything, obviously, it's their tune. But I'd build it just to see, okay, just to understand how they done this or how to learn techniques without being taught, kind of thing.
Do you feel like producers get enough recognition in the grime scene?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I do. But it depends. Every producer is a different human being. Some producers have bigger heads than others. So, and some producers want more. They want to be like an artist kind of thing, and some don't. Some just are happy with collecting your royalties, getting paid, and just watching people appreciate your music. So, I think they do really, man. Producers do get recognition, definitely. Yeah, it just depends. It's another perception thing.
Yeah, no, that's cool, because you probably, out of everyone we've asked, the first one to be like, yeah, they do. Because a lot of people feel like the DJs and producers take a step back as the MCs, you know, get the limelight. But we're saying now we're coming to a time where you don't need MCs in a rave. Like, the DJ and producer is enough to set the rave alight. So
yeah, no, definitely, I agree totally. But it's music in an artist-based scene. Well, in a music scene with artists are the face. It's just it's how the machine goes. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a producer wanting the same hype as an artist. Nothing wrong with that at all. But so it just depends how you kind of see it, how you perceive it, man.
All right, cool. All right, well, the EP's coming out soon, or there's a lot of work coming from you. Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, I'm putting out an EP, 12 EPs in the next 12 months. Well, not anymore, because I put one out already.
Right, one's well out, yeah.
So, yeah, all grime. The grime is the ethos, but I'm really gonna be experimenting with these. So, I've already had somebody, when I was in Nottingham, in fact, when I went to the station, Rogue FM, one of the guys said, bruv, like, this, he said, Cyclops, that's my favourite tune off the EP, but that's not grime. I said, why? He just said, it don't sound like grime. But I mean, what can I say?
It's got the ethos.
He liked it, nevertheless.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's what it is. Next one's coming is called Bass Wars.
Right.
Look out for that one. The last one was That Bass Life. And yeah, every month just look out for
people are going to be able to interact or vote for their favourite MC.
Yes, basically. No, what it is, they don't vote for the MC. They vote for which tune they think is the best.
Right, I see.
And then I put an artist on that tune.
Right, okay.
So I'm using all my favourite artists.
Right, okay.
From old and new. Like, I like new artists, I like old artists, everything. I like singers. There might be singers along the way.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, that's the kind of, that's how that's gonna roll. Yeah, that's it really.
Cool. Well,
I was gonna get lost again, so I thought, you know what, let me just stop there, man.
Yeah. Alright. Well, a lot to look forward to.